boys and girls. Today is Tuesday, April 21st, 2020. Today I'm going to go over my next multi-step word problem. After that, I'll give you the answer for yesterday's mystery number, and then I'm going to give you something a little different today that you can work on, okay? So let's go over the word problem first. Miss Harling had 7 bottles of glue in each of the 3 boxes. A parent donated 10 more bottles. How many bottles of glue does the teacher have now? So again, this is a multi-step problem. There's a lot of information there. We have to do a few steps in order to solve it to get our final answer. So now we'll go back and underline and circle important information. Starting with the first sentence, Miss Harling had 7 bottles of glue in each of the 3 boxes. What's important there? 7 bottles of glue. Keyword, in each of the 3 boxes. So I had 7 bottles in each of the 3 boxes. Next sentence, a parent donated 10 more bottles. What's important there? That 10 more bottles were donated by a parent. Here's our question. How many bottles of glue does the teacher have now? So I'm just going to underline that whole thing or that whole sentence because it's asking a question and it's going to help us figure out how we need to solve it. So we've got to find out how many bottles of glue there is now. So I think they're asking us to find some kind of total. So again, we can't just do it with one operation. We're going to have to use more than one operation to get to the final answer. So let's do that. 7 bottles of glue in each of the 3 boxes. What do you think you need to do with 7 and 3? There are 7 bottles in each of the 3. If you said multiply, that is correct. So we're going to take 7 bottles each in the 3 boxes to find our product. Those are our 2 factors. 7 times 3 gives me 21. So you could have also shown a picture. Here's your 3 boxes. You have 7 in each box because they already told us that. And you could have used repeated addition and added 7 plus 7 plus 7. You could have made 7 tally marks in each and added it up. Whatever way works best for you, but you'll still get 21 as your answer. So, are we done? No, we are not, because we just said we're doing a multi-step problem and we have to do a few operations in order to get the final answer. So let's look at the rest of the problem. We've got 21 bottles of glue so far. Then a parent donated 10 more bottles. How many bottles of glue does the teacher have now? 10 more. Key word there is more. Are we going to add more, subtract more, multiply, divide? What operation would best make sense when you see the word more? If you said to add it on, you're right. So we're going to take 21 and we're going to add it on to the 10 more bottles that a parent donated, and we will get, in the ones place, 1 plus 0 is 1, 2 plus 1 is 3. So now we have how many bottles of glue? Move my markers out of the way there. We have 31 bottles of glue. So with the parent donating 10 more, we added on to 21 and we got 31 bottles. That is our final answer. So the 2 operations that we needed to use in order to find the answer was to multiply and then we had to add. All right, I'm going to take my little handy dandy dirty sock. It's gotten really dirty over the last couple weeks because we have been using it, or I've been using it on the board quite a bit by showing you different problems. But now I'm going to put something up in a few minutes to have you work on for the rest of the day, and you can give me answers about it tomorrow or this afternoon. and I'm going to show you today's mystery. But before I do that, I can't forget about the mystery number from yesterday. So let's go over that. It says, my number is less than 80. My number is odd. The digits in my number add up to 12. And my number is less than 59. And my number has 5 tens in it. What is my number? Boys and girls, if you said 57, you are correct. Take a look again. My number is less than 80. Yes. My number is odd. Notice Ms. Harling underlined the number 7. We always look in the ones place, and the 7 is an odd number. Next bullet. The digits in my number add up to 12. 5 plus 7 is 12. Next bullet. My number is less than 59. Yes, it is. And my number has 5 tens in it. So 57 should have been your answer. Now let's go to today's activity. Okay, let me just erase this too. I'll have to put that back up there tomorrow. But here's today's activity that I would like you to work on. So here you have 2 circles, and inside the target is the number, 20. What I would like you to do, boys and girls, with this target number is you're going to get some other numbers underneath it that I want you to look at, okay? So here's the target number. Here are the numbers I need you to look at. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10, and 21. Can you see that? Great. So here is what you have to do. I would like for you to use as many numbers as you can at the bottom to come up with the target answer of 20. You can use any operations that you want. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, if you can, to find the answer for 20. See how many different equations you can come up with to find the target number, okay? So you must use the numbers that I gave you down here to find the target. Use any operations that you like, and you can make it as many ways as you can. So I'm going to give you one example, and then I want you to come up with some more on your own, just so that you understand. If I'm only going to use the numbers down here, boys and girls, and I want to find the target number 20, I could say 4 times 5. I took 4 and I took 5 and I multiplied it together, and I know it equals 20. So again, that's what you're doing. Just using the numbers below the circle to come up with different operations that will find this target number. See how many you can come up with, okay? And then you can send me a text, or you can send it through Remind app, whatever works for you. Again, I'm still waiting for students to join the Microsoft Teams. Like I mentioned yesterday, I really would like for you to do that if you can, because I am going to start posting things on there as well. I will post some more things for Remind app too. And don't forget, if you watched Mrs. Lynch's video from yesterday, you can still watch it today. It's still up there. Earth Day actually is coming up. I believe it's tomorrow. So you have an opportunity to do the project, and it's due on Friday. Again, if you send it to me, I'll make sure that she sees it. All the 3rd grade teachers are going to be looking at them, and we're going to choose winners. If you did it, great. Kudos to you. I'm looking forward to seeing your pictures. Make sure you go on her YouTube video so that you can see what she uploaded about what you need to have on your poster, okay? So have a great Tuesday, terrific Tuesday, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.